This video is an update to the video I did a few days ago about the best way to farm the zombies camos in Black Ops 6. I'll also show you how to make sure you definitely get a Mangler every single round, making those Opal camos much easier. So if you haven't started that yet, for every weapon in Black Ops 6, to get the zombies camo, you first have to get 2,000 critical kills or headshots, except for the launchers and the knives, then you just need 2,000 kills. Then there's a couple of special challenges that might be things like kill 10 Manglers or kill 30 vermin or use cryo on 300 enemies, something like that. And then you have the mastery camos where for gold you have to get 10 kills rapidly 15 times. Then for Opal you have to kill 30 special zombies, which is basically Manglers. And then for Afterlife, you have to get 20 kills without getting hit 10 times. And then for the final Nebula camo, you have to kill 10 elite zombies, so like amalgams or abominations. Since Black Ops 6 came out, people have been trying to work out the best and most efficient way to get these camos done. Particularly the ones that take a long time, which are getting the 2,000 critical kills or 2,000 headshots, and then getting those 30 Manglers. After much experimentation, I'm pretty sure I have found the most efficient way to get those camos done, and I've used this to get all the way through all of the gold camos and all of the Opal camo grinds. And best of all, it doesn't use any glitches or anything like that, so I don't think any of this is going to be fixed or changed, and you're not going to have that nagging feeling of, oh, I did do the camo grind, but I kind of glitched my way through it. So if you find this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe, but let's get started. First of all, in terms of your loadout, put whatever you want on, but I would strongly suggest taking one of the new weapons, the Saug or the Krig, to get those done, because there's no way to pick those up in a map. Every other gun other than the Saug and the Krig, you can get off a wall buy or out of the mystery box. You can't get those two, so I'd strongly suggest you take them in, because you're going to be playing one game for a very, very long time while you're doing this. Also, it's worth noting that now, because there are two DLC weapons, you don't actually need to get gold and Opal camos on every single gun. You only need to do it on 33, there's now 35 guns in the game, so you can skip two. I chose to skip the two launchers. I've got gold on one but haven't done the other one. You can choose to skip melee if you wanted to, or a couple of the sniper rifles, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, bear in mind, if you choose to say skip two of the sniper rifles, you will still have to get them up to gold just so you can unlock Opal on the other one. This also affects SMGs and assault rifles because there's one DLC weapon in each category, so to unlock the Opal challenges, you actually need to complete gold on all but one of each assault rifle and SMG. So say if you really hate an assault rifle, like the Goblin, you could skip that one and still complete Opal on all of the others. Also, make sure one time you start it up, you take one of the melee weapons in, the knife, and then the next time you start up a new game, you take the baseball bat. While you can get those in the game, you have to do it from Easter eggs, from side Easter eggs, and there's not really a way to do that in the directed mode that we're going to be using. You can get them out of the vault, but you'd have to be super lucky to get that. Then in terms of game setup, you're going to be using directed mode, so make sure when you start up a game that you choose directed mode, and then we're going to be going into Liberty Falls solo. So the point of this method is to get the game stuck on round 11, and this isn't a glitch, it's actually a feature of directed mode that it caps the round based on the Easter egg objective you're on, basically to make sure that people can spend as long as they need to get the Easter egg done without the zombies getting more difficult. And we can take advantage of that to make sure that we have basically an infinite supply of zombies at a specific round that we want. And on round 11, where we're going to be heading, there's also a guaranteed Mangler every single round. So start the game as per usual. I would strongly suggest trying to get as many headshots as you can to get a little bit more essence and a little bit of progress towards your camos. And you're going to progress through the Easter egg up until you open up the church. So just open up the doors. I go through the bowling alley on the left-hand side of the map, go up through the bowling alley, go up to the church, and then spend the essence to open the church door. Don't worry about what round you get to do this, it really doesn't matter. When you do get into the church, don't bother interacting with the machine that the game tells you to do this. Once you've opened up the church and you've walked up to basically where the Pack-a-Punch machine is, it should say in the top right that the round cap is now round 11. Now you just want to make sure that you get up to round 11, and as you're doing that, obviously upgrade your weapons. So whatever weapon you're trying to do the camo challenges on at the moment, pack-a-punch it. I would say pack-a-punching up to level 2 is generally a good thing, but 1 is fine for nearly every weapon. Upgrade the rarity when you can. You can't use any of the secondary Easter eggs, so you can't get the free ether tool from the head on the roof. You can't get the free Deadshot daiquiri or anything like that. Now, once the game turns over onto round 11, this is where there's a new bit of information that is super important. If you get a vermin round on round 11, you need to save and quit the game. If you don't, if it just starts as normal, maybe you got the vermin round on round 10 or on round 9, that's absolutely perfect. You can carry on going. But if you get that vermin round so the screen starts going yellow, on round 11, you need to save and quit. Make sure you don't accidentally press leave game, just save and quit. Then you should just be able to load back into the game, so start up the game and then go to saved games and load up the game that you just quit out of. And then hopefully when you load back in the game, round 11 now won't be a vermin round, and instead the first enemy that spawns will be a Mangler. If this has happened, then everything's perfect, it's working. If you get a vermin round again, it actually won't let you save and quit, so what you need to do is complete that vermin round until you get onto a normal round, and then save and quit, and basically keep repeating that process until the first enemy that spawns is a Mangler, and then you'll be sorted, then you'll be fine. I've had one instance where a game just always seemed to load a vermin round. I could never get past it. I just had to restart the whole process and get back up to round 11 to do that. It still only takes like 10-15 minutes. It doesn't take long at all. But every other time, I've been able to get to a state where when round 11 starts, there will be a Mangler spawning straight away. Once you've got into that situation, the place where you're going to be doing the camo grinding is on the bank roof. So I take this zip line over from the graveyard and then get up onto the bank roof, and don't open up any of the other parts of the bank roof. You can open up the bit that goes onto the roof of the ice cream shop if you want as like an extra route to get down, but you don't really need to. The main important thing is that you don't open up that zip line that goes straight down to the area outside the bowling alley, because you want all of that bit behind you to be sealed off. And you're basically going to stand where I am in the video right now, with kind of your back to the bowling alley, facing towards this little window. And then every round that starts, a Mangler will climb out of that window and you can kill them to get a guaranteed Mangler. And then on round 11, 33 zombies will spawn, and they'll only spawn from a set number of spawns around you. You'll see there's like 2 on the left, 1 at the back and 2 on the right. So you'll just be able to shoot them really easily. They won't even get close to you with most of the weapons. And you can just slowly get all of your headshots and get those Mangler kills while you're trying to get Opal weapons. At the end of each round, you can run around and pick up the ammo that the Mangler will drop, pick up any salvage, any armor, power-ups, things like that. And then after a short delay, there'll be another wave will start, another Mangler will climb through the window, and you'll get another 33 zombies. And basically, you just keep using that the whole time. One big mistake I've seen people making is that they try to get gold on every single weapon, and then they decide they'll start to do opals. I strongly suggest you don't do that, and instead try to get one set of weapons done up to gold, then start doing opals on them, so the opal camos where you have to get 30 Manglers for each gun, and then in the game you can make sure you've got one gun that's specifically for the Mangler that spawns each round, while you're using another gun to kill the 33 zombies each round, thus getting gold on that gun while you're also getting opal camo on the other one. That's how I did it. It was super efficient. I ended up getting the last gold at around the same time as I got one of the last opals as well, so I didn't end up wasting too many zombies at all. Obviously, as soon as you finish a gun, as soon as you're done with a gold gun and you maybe have other gold guns to do in that category so you can't go onto opals yet, you can use the mystery box just to try and get all of the other weapons. The mystery box should have every weapon except for the 2 melee weapons and the 2 DLC weapons. Everything else, as rare as it seems, and as long as it can take to get things, you can get it out of the mystery box. Bear in mind, for a couple of weapons, you specifically need to get parasite kills for their special camo challenges. Unfortunately, that means you're going to have to quit out of the game, go load up a game in Terminus, and then do it in the normal mode, not even directed mode, just to get those parasite kills. If you do it in directed mode, it seems like not enough parasites will spawn or not reliably, so I just did it in normal mode, and normally I could get all of the parasites that I needed for one weapon by about round 17 or 18, 2 parasite rounds and then a couple of rounds after that. And then normally I'd have the gold camo to do afterwards, so I would just stay on Terminus to get gold done, and then I could go back to Liberty Falls with a new weapon in my loadout that I wanted to do the next camo challenges on. While you're doing this, because round 11 will keep on repeating forever, you will end up killing so many zombies. It actually stops counting, I think, when you get to 14,999. So you will get tons and tons and tons of zombies. So very quickly, salvage and essence won't matter. So you can just use the mystery box as much as you want to, and it's absolutely fine. Obviously, because you have so much essence, you can also upgrade weapons to make it a bit easier. You can get all of your perks. I would suggest not getting elemental pop, because if you get that, you might sometimes accidentally kill zombies by having a brain rotted zombie or something like that, and then it won't count towards your total, so you'll just be wasting time. Whenever you're finished for the day doing this as well, make sure that you save and quit. Don't leave game, because if you save and quit, you'll just be able to load that game back up again and carry on right where you left off with the guns that you had at the beginning of the whichever round you're on. So that's really, really helpful. And when you do save and quit, make sure if you've got a double XP token to use it just before you save and quit, because then it will actually apply for the entire session that you've just done. So even if you've been playing for like 5 hours, if you use your XP token just before you save and quit, in the after action report, it will actually double all of the XP that you got in that match, which is absolutely amazing. And if you're then going to carry on playing more while the XP token's still active, you'll also get the double XP from that. So you can end up getting kind of 5-6 hours of double XP from one token if you're playing on big long sessions. Also, when you save and quit, you can do things like prestiging. If you hit a prestige, you can change your augment research and equip new augments, and they will take effect when you load the game back up. If you prestige, but then maybe in your save game you had a weapon that you didn't have unlocked, don't worry, you will still have that weapon. That doesn't matter at all. I think the field upgrades will be taken away. So if, say, you have Ether Shroud on and then you prestige, it will reset it to Energy Mine as far as I'm aware. When you get back into the game, you might have to do the whole restarting thing if you get a vermin round. It might be that you'll restart the game and then it'll put you straight into a vermin round. If that happens, you're just going to have to play through the vermin round, then save and quit, and keep on doing that until you get a round where a Mangler spawns at the beginning. Now, once you have finally finished all of your gold camos and all of your opal camos, the next one, Afterlife, asks you to kill 20 zombies without getting hit 10 times for each weapon. This is super fast. You can do this in 5 minutes for each weapon. Basically, the way I did it was I progressed the Easter egg steps up to the point where I built the jet gun and then picked up all of the things for the LGM device or whatever it is, and then build that on the bank roof. Then that should say that you're now capped at round 14. This is a bit of a lie. For some reason, you can still go on to round 15, just keep on killing zombies till you get to round 15. And now on round 15, the zombies won't be that much harder, but no Manglers will spawn, and you'll now get 44 zombies instead of 33. So you're now getting enough zombies to get kind of 2 lots of progress towards the Afterlife camo, so it only takes 5 rounds with each gun of killing all of the zombies without getting hit, which you can easily do on the bank rooftop to get each weapon completed, which is super easy. Then finally, when you want to get the Nebula camo, so the last one, you have to kill 10 elite zombies, you can actually take that device that you built on the bank roof, put it in place and do that Easter egg step as normal, but you don't need to worry about going to grab the canister. Once you stabilize the portal by protecting it, it will spawn an elite zombie. Just kill it, not capturing it in a canister or anything like that. That will count as one of your elite zombies, and then next time the round starts, you'll be able to do that again. You'll be able to summon another one, and then you'll be able to kill that one really, really fast, so you'll be able to get those 10 elites super quickly and get Nebula for every gun. Right, I think that covers everything. If you found it useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I know there are some glitchy ways of getting zombies a little bit faster on things like Terminus. I don't really like that method. I'm not a big fan of using glitches for things like that. I know it's kind of arbitrary. I don't see what we did in this video as a glitch. I'm sure some people might. I think this is a pretty legit way to do it. I think it's really, really useful. If you have any questions about this video or some other helpful tips for players, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to see all of them. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye.